Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and it's Vlogtober day 10. It is actually in the evening. It is 20 past 6 as I am filming this, and I have been so busy today that I have barely had time to even sit. So, today's plan was to get up this morning to go deliver my parcels that I have to ship for Vinted. When I woke up this morning and opened my curtains, it was an absolute shit show of rain. Just rain, more rain, and it continued to rain most of the morning, putting my day a bit of a spanner in the works because I had plans. You know that thing where you sit there the night before and you come up with a plan and then something happens to just shit all over your day? That's exactly what happened to me. So, plan I made was to get up in the morning to go take my parcels. I had to go to the Amazon in-post box, which means I have to go to Tesco's, which is that way. And obviously it was raining, so I took a rain check on that for about maybe an hour and a half. So I was doing other bits around the house, as you do. Went out to InPost to post my parcels, then had to walk all the way to town to go to the post office, where this lovely man and woman were doing their fucking passport. What I hate more than the post office in any other part of the post office is the fucking passport bit. They don't have a separate till for checking your passport paperwork and that. They just use the same post office bit that normal people do, like me, who are shopping to send parcels. And you have to wait fucking forever. It's come to a point where the post office in Dereham, where I work, only does it during certain hours of the day because it's so fucking annoying for people like me that just want to post two parcels and they have to sit there while they have their picture taking, while they have their paperwork go through, while they take photos of this, that, and the other. And it takes, on average, depending on what idiot you got who hasn't filled in their paperwork wrong, anywhere up to about 30 to 40 minutes for a passport check, depending on who's doing it and what they haven't done. And when they do the passport check in my hometown, they only ever seem to have one fucking person on. I don't know why. They only ever seem to have one person in the post office at any one fucking time. So I walked in there, and oh my god, someone's doing their passport renewal or passport change or some shit. And it took forever. You ever sat there and just think, well, I could leave and come back, but I had a plan of action. I'd already been put out this morning by the rain. I know I'm not allergic to rain, but I've had the flu recently, I've had a cold, and I am buggered if I am getting ill again by going out into torrential rain. And technically, as you can hear, I still am not 100%. So I got to the post office, waited my turn, and sent my parcels. And I'm like, holy shit. It's like midday by this time. The whole fucking morning's gone. So, after delivering my parcels to my wonderful customers on Vinted, who I hold no ill will that they wanted to send it by Royal Mail instead of in post, which would have been 3 times as quicker. But it does cost a little bit more for in post, I believe. But we did post the parcels. Money will be coming my way soon. So then today is also dismantle my bed so that new bed can arrive. I've had the same bed for 3 years and it finally gave out. It was a cheap buy. It was a pandemic buy. I moved out during the pandemic. I needed a bed. I bought the first cheap, shittiest bed I could find because I needed somewhere to sleep in 48 hours. So I just bought a bed that I could find. I think it was like £100. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. It was a really uncomfortable bed. But I needed a bed. I had limited funds, so I bought it. And it's broke. Completely broke. The entire middle support just snapped in half. So, an anonymous donator bought me a new bed. Thank you, anonymous donator. So I had a new bed. The bed arrives tomorrow, which meant today I had to dismantle the bed, and I don't own a screwdriver, would you believe? Because when my son moved out, he took all his tools with him. And as I had lived with my son, and then I had lived with a partner, I'd always relied on the men having tools. And then when it came to it, I'm like, holy shit, he left at Christmas. I haven't bought any tools. Obviously I'd bought stuff for the house, but I hadn't needed a screwdriver for a year. Hadn't needed batteries for anything for like over a year, apart from my clock, which will have a new battery today. I have bought some. But hadn't really needed a screwdriver. My last unit I bought clipped together, so it didn't need a screwdriver. So I went to my son's, borrowed his screwdriver set, thank you to my son, came home and dismantled the bed. So the bed is dismantled. It is in pieces. I don't know how I'm getting rid of it yet, but we shall find a way. My mattresses are sitting on the floor, and I am now waiting for my bed to arrive tomorrow between the hours of 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. Oh yes, they couldn't get a more bigger time frame if they tried. Apparently tomorrow, possibly, they'll give me a smaller window of time, but we shall see. We'll just see if that happens. So they should give me like a smaller window so that I don't have to literally sit in my house for 12 hours tomorrow. But if I have to stay here for 12 hours, I do have vintage stuff I can be getting on with. I have stuff I can be doing for 12 hours. I've bought drink, I've got food. We've got stuff that we can be doing while we wait. Then hopefully my bed will turn up. Thank God. And then I can hopefully have a good night's sleep for the first time in over a week after it collapsed. The night it collapsed was hilarious. My bed collapsed. I then had to take all the middle out, all the slats, rip them all out, and then I just had a headboard and a shell of a bed, which worked out really well because it supported the mattress. And I doubled the mattress up with the one out of my son's bedroom that he uses when he stays over, and I just stuck it on top, and it did kind of work. It wasn't the most comfortable, but it worked. It worked enough for me to sleep for a week, and now I'm over it. I want a comfy bed that isn't on the floor. And I don't know how they do it, but in Japan or China, one or the other, not being racist, they have beds that are like floor level. And I've never understood sleeping in something that low, because obviously you have to get down to the bed, and then when you try and get up, you get, and I never understood why. I don't know if it's a trend or there's a reason for the beds to be low over there. But oh my god, trying to get out of bed, it was obviously I didn't have slats on my bed. This time we have rectified my bed. This time, instead of having what I call a slat bed, if you know what a slat bed is, where you get the middle support and you get slats each side, up and down the bed, and then they connect to a frame, we're having a divan bed. And a divan bed is one solid piece of bloody wood, like a box. Think of it like a coffin. And we're having a divan bed, so there is no way that it can break. Supposedly. I did want to get a divan that had in-bed storage, but it was a bit out of my price range. So we have, or I have, obviously an anonymous donator, helped pay for the bed, and the bed will arrive tomorrow. I can get a good night's sleep. Then on Wednesday I am going to work. I can't tell you why, but I'm going to work on Wednesday for a couple of hours. It's going to be a very interesting day. And then I am working Thursday and Friday, and I'm now working Saturday. I'm covering a colleague at work, and to be honest, it's going to give you some more money. And then I am off for 2 weeks. I am off for 2 weeks. And I know you're going to say, but Raven, you've been off a lot recently. And I have. I had 3 weeks off for mental health, which we'll go into in a minute. Then I went back to work, had 2 more weeks off, went back for 3 weeks, and now I am off again because I needed to use my holiday. Last year, I worked a shit ton of hours. At one point, I was doing 5 and 6 days a week, working like a mofo. And I accumulated a ton of holiday. At our company, the more you work the previous year, the more holiday you get. The less you work, the less holiday you get. That means that people that work more get more holiday. So if you want more holiday in my company, you have to work more, which I think is fair. The more you work, the more holiday you get. The less you work, the less holiday you get. Fair is fair. So last year I worked an absolute ton, accumulated like 5 weeks of holiday. I'd used one earlier in the year. I then had 4 more weeks to take, so I took 2 weeks in September, and I am taking 2 weeks in October. I also have Halloween off, so hopefully I can bring you a Halloween live stream. Maybe I'll dress up, maybe I won't. I haven't decorated my house for Halloween yet. I plan to do it this weekend when I'm off work, probably on Sunday or early next week, and then I will just showcase what I've done. I'm trying to do a thrifted Halloween haul, but honestly, the charity shops don't seem to have much Halloween stuff. The charity shops near me have got barely anything Halloweeny. I don't know why. Even TK Maxx, when I went to their shop recently, they had hardly anything left for Halloween. It's like it had all been bought up by one person in one full swoop. All the good stuff, or what I want to call stuff that I would have been interested in, like Ouija stuff, the Raven stuff, had all gone. And it wasn't even October. But they had started to put Halloween stuff out in August, and they'd put Christmas out in August. So, I mean, what did I expect? I missed the boat when it came to Halloween. So, I'm going to try and bring you another haul of Halloween stuff before Halloween. But it's looking scarce that charity shops have Halloween stuff. Christmas, mind you, tons of it. A ton of Halloween stuff. But, you know, Halloween stuff. But I digress. What are you going to do? People like Christmas more than they do Halloween. Can I understand? Not really. But that's just Raven, I guess. Raven loves Halloween, and that's how it's always been. So, aside from waiting for my bed tomorrow and working the rest of the week, I obviously had 3 weeks off recently for mental health. And since going back to work, I have had good days and I have had bad days. And that is the honest truth. Some days I have gone to work and I've been really happy, and other times I've gone to work and I felt a bit low. And that's perfectly normal. No one's asking you to step back into work after having a blip and being 100% fine, because that would be crazy. Do I still feel happy? I feel indifferent at the minute, but hopefully by the end of this week, I will go away for 2 weeks. Things will calm down and we'll get back to a bit of normality, because I need a bit of normal. And you're going to say that, you know, things will always you know, come and go, and things will always try us. And I've always been told that whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And I guess that's something to live by. But I wish it just wouldn't sometimes. So it's been a hard few months. And I'm half feeling better and half not. There are still some underlying problems I have that need to be rectified to feel 100%. And I don't think currently I could feel 100%, even if I really wanted to. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of, that my mental health is still not 100%. And that's good, because I've realized it, I know, and I can then work on it. So after this week, something's going to happen, and hopefully it's going to fix whatever's going on at work, and things will go back to normal, and I can get back to where I want to be, and that is being happy and loving my job and just being me, because I miss me how I was months ago. And other people have said the same thing, that they miss the happy, jolly, positive person that I've always been. I may go around with that smile on my face constantly, and I'm always told to smile more, but inside, I'm happy, and that, at the end of the day, is all that matters. But if you do hit rock bottom like I did, where I really did spiral, do get help. Do tell your work, tell your friends, tell your family, tell somebody. Don't suffer in silence, because I did for months, and it got me nowhere apart from time off work, a doctor, and it really didn't do me any good. I'm still not where I want to be, and that's fine. It takes time. But if you want to like and subscribe and give us a big thumbs up, that would be amazing. If you want to help support my channel, PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks, all goes back into my channel. Or you can become a member, where I will eventually put more members' videos up, and I keep apologising. I'm a terrible YouTuber, really. I've just had a lot going on in my life, and I apologise. But I will see you all tomorrow for Vlogtober day 11, and tomorrow I will show you my new bed once it arrives. Hopefully it doesn't take 12 hours. But I will see you very soon. Take care and thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye guys.